Hello everyone, this is Joe Brewer here in Barichara, Colombia. Today I'm in the Bioparque Moncora again, and what I want to show you today is how we are making a water retention system that is shaped like a river. And so I want to show you right now that we've just started digging this hole right here. And kind of move my shadow out of the way if I can. And this is going to be a water retention space that receives water from up above. And what I want to show you is how this water retention space is going to form a serpentine or snake-like river. Because right here you can see that we have the entrance coming from the other pond, the other retention pond, that's going to empty into this one when we're done digging it. And I just want you to see the shape of this as you walk up, and it curves in where we end up in this retention pond right here that we dug last summer, about 5 or 6 months ago. And so if you look at it from above, you can see that here's where the water enters from the road when there's rain. And then if I turn around, you'll see that that water would then go into this big retention pond right here. And then it continues around the curve into the next retention pond down below. And what we're starting to do is make this sort of snake-like pattern where the water will flow only during the rain, and the water that enters these ponds will absorb into the ground. And just like I've done here with this pond where we've been planting trees and shrubs and cactus and other kinds of plants, that we will populate the downhill slopes of the ponds with the food forest that we're building or that we're growing. And so what's going to happen is that the water comes in, it'll go to the exit channel where it goes out and then continues to the next pond. And the idea is to make an entire river, which is we want to have a series of these ponds going down the hill in that direction. And the reason that I show you this today is that I am practicing how to bring rivers back to life. And the way I'm doing that is becoming intimate with this land and learning how the water moves across it and practicing sculpting and making these beautiful shapes to create a space that's very welcoming and healing, because this food forest is going to become a sanctuary space for people to find peace and spiritual connection while they heal themselves with their cultural traumas and get involved in building the food forest with us. And one of the ways that this space starts to have that healing quality is by creating the aesthetic beauty of turns and curves with lots of shade and nice peaceful spots, and it's in the form of a river. And so right now all we're doing is just digging this next hole, and you can maybe see it a little better here. This exit channel comes out, the water is going to run into it, and then we'll make an exit channel out of this side that'll go, and there where the grass is, you see, that's where the next retention pond will be. We'll just make these snaking back and forth down the hillside. And the idea is that we want this to be beautiful and welcoming and to create a mindset of connection to natural patterns. And so all of this is happening in the shape of this little river that we're building. And I just wanted to show that to you today to see how we can do things like create healing and sanctuary-like spaces while working with the shapes of the land to create natural curves and rhythms that are held in the shape of the land itself. So like right now, there's no rain, there's no water in these. And still they have this feeling of movement, which helps cultivate the conscience, the mindset of connecting to natural patterns. So we'll be able to use the shape of the land as a teaching tool. And people will just be able to come here and have their mindsets transformed, even if it's unconscious to them how it's happening, through the design of the landscape. And I just want to show that to you today. Our water retention space, which we're calling Rio de Sueños, which is Spanish for River of Dreams, because we want to dream our way into water moving across the landscape as we build this and as people come and spend time in it, so that they'll want to be here, and this will become a really important community space for the food forest system that we're going to build over time. So I wanted to share that with you today, and I hope that this inspires you to make land beautiful and to create spaces that evoke deeper feelings and dreaming, so that we can dream of water moving across the land as we regenerate degraded landscapes. I hope this inspires you as much as it inspires me, and onward, fellow humans.